think is the name of the place we're staying. We've rented these bikes and we're now riding slightly north towards these really two nice beaches that we've heard about. In true Vietnamese fashion, the roads back in the city are just crazy, but the roads that we're on now are actually quite like picturesque. Yeah, my fuel tank really is getting more empty now, and we are heading more and more out into the countryside.
Cả mấy đứa này đẻ đẹp á.
It's a live crab. Very nice. Are you gonna cook this? Luke's made some friends. Oh, he scared them off. The Vietnamese are obviously very proud people. They love their flags. Their flag are like every 100 foot on this highway road thing. And back in the well, Luke's just taken over me, so I need to retake him. But back in the city, they have even more Vietnamese flags just everywhere. Obviously very proud people, and I do really like the way their flag looks. Now Luke is just showing off for the camera. My helmet really isn't the right fit for my head. The faster I go, the more it tries to fly off my head, so I have to keep doing that to adjust it, but it's all good. One kind of sad but interesting thing along the coastline in Vietnam I found is there are a lot of abandoned hotel resorts, and they're massive, so they make an interesting riding experience, riding around these big abandoned hotel resorts. It's obviously sad that they've been abandoned, but it's interesting and fun to ride around. We've been in Vietnam for a few days now. We landed in Da Nang, which is like basically midway, halfway up the country. And our plan was to head north because we've travelled the south of Vietnam previously. But when we landed in Da Nang, it was kind of cold. A little bit too cold for my liking. Now I've been in Southeast Asia for like over a year. I've kind of got adjusted to the heat. So we was going to head to Hanoi, but we decided to fly down to Ho Chi Minh City where it's a lot warmer. And then yesterday we got the coach out of Ho Chi Minh City to Vung Tau, or however you pronounce the name. But I think that was definitely a good call because it's a lot hotter and blue skies. Our plan was to go north because, again, like I said, we have already travelled the south of Vietnam. A few years ago we went from Ho Chi Minh City north to just north of Da Nang to a place called Hoi An, I think it's called. So we were just going to continue that journey, but it's too cold. So now we're going to hang around the Ho Chi Minh area and perhaps head a bit more south than Ho Chi Minh City. I did try recording my introduction back in this city, but again the roads are just crazy, and it's way too hard to try and ride my bike one-handed on the completely chaotic roads and film at the same time. So I decided to do it on this big kind of open highway road where the traffic is still a little bit crazy, but a lot less busy. One of my main priorities right now is to get my hair cut. Since coming back from the Philippines, I spent the last 2 months in Thailand, and I didn't get my hair cut once. So the last time I got my hair cut was like just over 2 months ago in the Philippines, in Manila. So it's grown far too long and I really need to get it cut. But there's one good thing, but the Vietnamese barbers chop your hair real good, they're cheap. And I always do love my Vietnamese haircuts. Okay, so we're about to go over this bridge and hopefully we should get a pretty cool view of this river. I think the rules of the road in Vietnam, basically the bigger the vehicle, you have the right of way. And look at this view. But yeah, like I was saying, in Vietnam, the rules of the road is basically the right of way goes to whoever has the bigger vehicle. So these big coaches just push motorbikes like out of the way. They just plow through them basically, just beeping the horn, and the motorbikes are expected to get out of the way. And then cars come after that, pushing motorbikes out of the way. So you really need to be on the lookout. You really need to be on the lookout. And it seems that in this country you drive with your horn as well. But since being in Vietnam, my diet has improved a lot. I've only had one burger, which is a beef burger. It's very nice. But I've been eating a lot more of the local food. I've been eating, this morning I had a banh mi, very nice. And I did have some like chicken noodles, I think it's like a pho or something. That was very nice. I do love Vietnamese food. This is a perfect example of what I was talking about. This coach has just come up behind me and just completely pushed me out of the way. It seems like they are building the road as we drive almost. Back there they're tarmacking the roads. But on this bit here, it's the conditions are a lot worse. And it's very difficult trying to drive on this gravel and record and ride one-handed at the same time. Drive destination to destination. I really do love these small little like towns and villages along the way. Like look at that as well, that lorry just comes through, just pushing other vehicles out of the way, and I bet this coach is going to do the same. Just drives down the road, beeping its horn, pushing cars out of the way, and also bikes. But that is the way of the road here. The rules of the road, should I say. I really love the views you get driving down the road in Vietnam. So as you're driving down the road, you get these big hills just covered in like in jungle. And you also just get cows just on the side of the road. You get just cows just walking in the middle of the road. That's a completely normal thing to see here. We have our chief navigator, Mr. Luke. Say hello, Luke. Hello. People just driving clearly down the wrong way of the highway, which is perfectly normal here.
It's very clearly like someone will be here trying to cross the road that way. They'll just go for it. They won't stop.
We'll just drive whichever way they please on the highways and the pathways as well. I found in Ho Chi Minh City that was the worst. We'd be walking down the path, causing a traffic jam behind us, and there'd be like 20 bikes behind us as we're walking down the path.
Big ass church over there. You see it? No.
Down this road, there's a Vietnamese flag and a communist flag, like every 50 feet. They really do love their flags. I don't know what flag that is, but here's some more Vietnamese and communist flags. There's another Vietnamese and communist flag. I wish England had more English flags everywhere. The Vietnamese are clearly very proud people. Coming down south was definitely a good call. The sun is coming out, blue skies. I really love all these like palm trees Vietnam has all over the place. Whenever I hear someone beeping, I assume they're like beeping negatively at me or someone else, but the Vietnamese just drive with their horn, like I said before. I think we are driving down a closed road. The reason why there's a lot less traffic down this section is because the road is technically closed. There was barriers down there stopping us from getting on it, but everyone else seems to, so we'll just do it as well. We just passed the gym. I don't suppose we'll be seeing much of the inside of a gym. I got 25% battery left on my GoPro, and we are heading to the beach, so I really need to save my battery for that. But it's very difficult because every 500 foot or something there's something really interesting that I just kind of help but film or take a picture of. So now I'm really going to try and put my camera back in my pocket until we get to the beach. But it's annoying because as we go on, the roads and the scenery just get more picturesque, I guess, more scenic. In some parts of Vietnam you do have the more run-down and neglected parts, but there are some very, very nice parts of Vietnam, very picturesque, where the picture just basically takes itself. Alright, now I'm going to try and put my camera back in my pocket until we hit the beach. Alright, good luck.
We ever tried a sting?
Sting.
Yeah,
did
is
try
it
a sting.
same thing?
Same over
Okay. Oh, have we?
Yeah, we did last time. I remember drinking it. 4 years ago.
Yeah, okay, can I get the sting?
That is an energy drink though, I think.
Can't see any guys over.
Hey, friend. Luke's made some friends. Oh, he scared them off. Scaring off the kids, are you, Luke?
Bye-bye.
Crab? Oh, it's alive. Alright.
Cô,
I got a
má
video.
có gái gả mấy đứa này để đẹp á.
It's a live crab. Very nice. Are you gonna cook this?
Trắng ẻo đẹp không?
Do you have squid? Are you squid?
Cô.
Yummy. And you cook that? Nice. Okay. Okay, thank you. Thank you. Nice to meet you. This ain't the beach. This is not the beach that we were coming to. But my GoPro has got 8% battery left. It's about to die. So I'll just film this little section. Along the beachfront, there's all these little stalls selling like pho and bon mais and stuff. They are very, very good. And there's like a little seaside temple just here. My fuel tank is currently empty. Before it cost 75p to put half a tank in, which is 20,000 Vietnamese dong. But we have been driving for quite a while today, so now it's empty. So we really need to find a petrol station. But we do seem to be heading further into like the countryside, so we'll see. petrol station. If not, one of the little shops that sells like the little bottles of petrol that look like whiskey along the side of the road. At the same time, I'm also running out of battery. Okay, we found Salvation petrol station. $30? 30? Well, I've got 1% battery left, so I really hope I manage to film this.